Public key cryptography. In the last video, we discussed how Alice and Bob can establish a communication protocol that preserves confidentiality and integrity. This requires having shared secret keys and the use of a combination of symmetric encryption and hashing algorithms. But how can they establish a shared secret key to begin with if they have never met in person? Let's say Alice wants to send Bob a private message and has created two identical keys. How does she send Bob the key so he can decrypt her messages? If she tries to send the key to Bob in the open, it might get intercepted and enable someone to take a copy of the key and eavesdrop on her communication with Bob, or even worse, tamper with their messages. So what's the alternative? This is where public key encryption comes in, also called asymmetric encryption because the two sides have two different keys, called a key pair. The key pair consists of a secret key and a public key. Let's go back to using an analogy of a lockable box. In our symmetric encryption example, it's just a simple box with a lock that can be opened with multiple copies of the same identical key. Now imagine another special box that has two compartments and comes with a key pair, a secret key and a public key. The top compartment can be opened with a public key, and the bottom can only be opened with a secret key. Objects placed into the top compartment will drop down through a one-way trapdoor down to the bottom compartment. Objects at the bottom cannot go back up through the trapdoor. Anyone can easily make a copy of the public key, but that only enables them to put things inside the box. So essentially, anyone can put things inside the box, but only the person with the secret key can unlock the bottom and take things out. To use this special trapdoor box, Bob can generate a key pair. He will hold on to the secret red key and send Alice the public green key. Alice will then use the public green key to open the top of the box. She will prepare a pair of identical secret blue keys and put one of them inside and send the box to Bob. Bob is the only person with the secret red key, so he is the only person who can take out the blue key that Alice put in. Now, both of them have the shared secret blue key and can go back to using symmetric encryption, which is faster and enables secure two-way communication. They no longer need the red and green keys. The only purpose of the asymmetric encryption is to distribute the shared secret blue key from Alice to Bob. In blockchain, you will often come across the concept of public keys and secret keys. For example, if you hash a public key, that's the number you give others to pay you. That's the address of your Bitcoin wallet. The private key is used when you want to send money from that wallet to someone else. But you might be confused because you can just log on to Binance and create a crypto wallet, fund it, and send money without ever being given a secret key. This is because Binance is holding that for you. This is why it's important to understand private keys, so you know who you have given custody of your money to. Wallets are pretty complicated, so we will go into this in much more detail in a later session. Coming back to that special box with the trapdoor, some of you might not be satisfied with just an analogy and wondering how to construct such a special box. Instead of wood and metal, it is made with mathematics and code. There are many construction methods with different pros and cons. There's one that you might have heard of called RSA. In the next optional video, I will walk you through the math of one called the Algamahl public key system, and it is based on the Diffie-Hellman key exchange protocol, just to give you a bit of intuition about how it all works. It requires a bit of high school math. If the math puts you off, you can skip this next video. It will not affect your ability to follow the rest of the course.